No juice, have some beer. A man's drink. And then be with me, a woman.
Oh, Penny.
I'm confident that's not going to make the show.
That's the opening.
That's the opening.
That's the opening before the theme.
That might be the new theme.
This is Jimmy's podcast, season 10 of the podcast. We coming back for more. I bet you never thought we'd last, and neither did we. Breaking news, show reviews, rubber boots, reactions, and other social media crap. And if nothing else, you know you're gonna have a laugh. You're gonna have a laugh, oh yeah, 'cause this is the podcast.
Well, look, the whole gang's back together again for the first time in, 2023, maybe?
Yeah, probably.
For sure.
Puffy's back from his 4 vacations. We wanted to have Bump on again.
Yes.
It was about this 7th straight week we asked, and he wasn't available.
Yeah.
Oh, even better, we got Run.
Yeah, that's a guess.
Run is in the...
So you can't say Run without it sounding rap. Run!
Run.
In the house.
Yeah.
Bob Weeks, who we didn't actually invite on, he just showed up.
It's just found in the parking lot.
Yeah, what are you doing? What the hell are you doing in here?
Getting ready for Curling Day in Canada. Big event out in, I'm going to Banff to celebrate Curling Day in Canada.
I think we forget, like we always talk about you in a golf way. And in my world, you're just golf because that's when I see you in the Masters and we play golf together and such. But curling is kind of half your life, right?
Yeah, it's not so much anymore, but it used to be a lot more. But yeah, I still do some curling stuff for TSN. I'm on. We have a little web show on .ca that gets crazy. The curlers are crazy people online.
Yeah.
Really?
They view everything.
Really?
And they're all 103, but they're all no, they're
Very savvy.
They are savvy. They're pretty good. And then you get the really hardcore. Look at the audience numbers on TV, even,
Yeah.
right?
I've probably told you this before, but when I used to host NBA in the Paint back from 98 to 2000, we would not do very well in the ratings, but I think we'd get like 40,000 viewers a week. And then one week, suddenly we were 500,000 viewers. And I'm thinking in my head, finally, the Duffy love is catching on. The nation is finally appreciating what I bring that show in my mock turtlenecks. And then I went to I think it was Keith Pelly, the boss, and I said, what happened with NBA in the Paint this week? $500,000. He goes, yeah, the Briar was on before, and we're thinking that everybody watching the Briar fell asleep and left NBA in the Paint on.
That's always good to come out of
That's
those
how we
shows.
get the
Fell
ratings.
asleep. Not even a little bit of a bump from that. Fell asleep and watched the whole show. Wow.
Weeksy, we're like a month away from the Masters. Isn't
It's
that
less than
crazy?
50 days.
Yeah.
And
I guess
this
it's a
week
little more than a month.
And this week
Yeah,
as
we're
we're
still in
starting.
February.
And this week as we're starting, Liv is starting its season.
Yes, it's a big week for
Okay,
Liv.
let's look at. We have a lot.
Here we go.
I don't want to the listeners. I can hear
they
them
hate
just
it.
clicking off
Yeah,
right now.
yeah.
But since Bob is here, and in our little chat, our WhatsApp chat, there's a lot of Liv PJ talk because I think more than anything, Puffy and Stoff know that it bothers me, so they try to poke me.
And also, we know we're right. That's the biggest thing. We know we've been right on this the whole time.
To be fair, I don't think Puff and me have sent a message related to Liv or PGA in a very long time.
Well, I think I sent something recently.
Yes, you did. As a matter of fact, he started it
I poked the bear again.
by saying how much he loved the golf tournament this weekend at Riviera.
Yes.
and you gave credit to Liv for making the Riviera great.
PJ's
Right.
never been better.
And since then, Jimmy, you've sent 20 different items trying to bash Liv as much as possible.
Here's what I'm going to say. In our initial Liv discussions, you guys were making the point that Liv will make the PGA Tour better. And I'm giving you that. Now, it's not better in the sense that the PGA Tour would be better if the Liv golfers were still on the PGA Tour. We're missing all the villains. Like
Really, you're
the
only
Patrick
missing a couple guys.
Patrick
They'll be
Reed,
back.
Cam Smith, DJ, all those guys. So I'm going to give you that. That is a victory.
Yes.
It has made the PGA Tour step up
And pay their guys.
Get their heads out of their asses.
Yeah.
Pay their
Make guys
more.
show up at events by paying more per event.
Have these designated events. Next year's going to be radically different, but it'll be better. So you're going to have like 20 events where everybody's at.
Which is awesome.
And then everything else will just be a secondary event and only
is fine.
freaks like me will watch.
Yeah.
100%.
Can I just interject for 1 second and ask this question?
Yes.
How come they've never done that before?
I know you don't believe this, but this was in the plans.
Oh,
but Liv,
yeah.
No, they did. But Liv definitely sped it up.
they were in the plan to pay them $2 million more for a win.
So they
That's
weren't
what
going to
they're
hold on to
planning
that money
do.
forever.
No, but
Those are the real criminals.
But here's the thing. Two things can be true at the same time. Liv has made the PGA Tour better.
Yes.
And Liv is still irrelevant and sucks.
Okay.
Yeah,
No,
okay.
no one's really arguing
That's
that.
all I want.
Yeah.
Okay. Because
Hold on. I don't think it sucks. It's still worth watching if you're a super golf fan.
But it's a bit of a joke. Like the commercial that you said was great. The commercial that Liv is airing.
Those are
With the little girl?
I loved it.
Hype.
Yeah.
Well, with all this, like
super fan.
we're the range goats. We're gonna get you. And then
Yeah.
Joaquin Neiman's in the car. Team Torque is gonna be fast this year.
Nice car.
The thing is, it would be funny if it was an SNL skit, but they really meant it seriously.
Yeah.
Like they're 40 years behind in what they're actually doing.
Sure.
No
but
golfers are cool, though,
when
except
the-
for
No,
Tiger.
When the PGA shoots those exact commercials next year, Jimmy, you're going to be all over it. That's the problem I have with all this.
Hey, listen.
It's your undying love for the
let
PGA.
the golf
Let the golf
expert,
expert,
the Hall of
yeah.
Famer, Week C weigh
Oh.
in.
Yes.
Well, here's a question. Whenever anyone asks me about Liv, I always say, can you remember one single shot last year from Liv? Any shot besides the shot of Dustin Johnson going into the bank to cash his check? There's nobody can remember a single thing.
Come on, Puffy, one shot.
The shotgun start at every single
shotgun.
every
The
single
first
event.
time a shotgun, I was
I
very
couldn't believe
excited.
it. Yeah.
I enjoyed that.
But the shotgun start, it has advantages from a TV perspective, but it doesn't work for what you're talking about. Riviera on the weekend, watching the two guys down the stretch do battle.
Yeah.
You'll never have that if guys are on different holes and you're all discombobulated
Yeah.
as to some guys winning on 13 and some
I
guys.
agree. I'd bet on one of the tournaments, and it was hard to
follow.
figure out if I was going to win.
Poor gambler.
Because I'm like, is 1 and 2 the hard holes? Like I was like,
together.
is he playing a par 5 and he's playing a par? Like it was hard to figure out if I was
Sorry,
going to win. And I
you bet
ultimately
on
lost.
Liv?
Yes, of course.
You might have a problem.
I bet on a lot worse than Liv.
They're just so cheesy
games?
and dirty. And Weeksy, I don't know if you caught this. I sent it to these two guys, but in the Liv commercial, there is a little girl who's like, "I love Liv" or whatever, right?
She got paid $6 million for that.
Exactly.
Both of my kids were available.
So, like a day later, Liv tweets out this supposedly organic, wholesome video of Sergio signing a hat for a little kid. And the caption's like, "Look at Sergio, always has time for the fans." And it's the same little girl. So it's like
She
a
is a
paid
fan?
child actor just for their wholesome. It's just ludicrous. My prediction would be, and that Liv's gonna die, and like it might take 3 or 4 years, but it will die, and then it'll get really interesting to see if these guys are allowed back.
Well, that's the rumor now, right? That Brooks Koepka wants back in to the
Yeah.
PGA
Did
Tour.
you? Okay, did you see? Have you guys watched Full Swing?
I watched the first episode, which was awesome, and started the second one.
Lester, have you watched Full
I have
Swing at
not
all?
seen it, no.
Not yet. No.
So it's the golf Netflix series made by the same people that made the F1 series that really did a lot to propel F1. I'm like 5 episodes in. I will say that I don't think it's going to do for golf
I
what it did
agree
for
with that.
F1. It's golf, and it's we love it, but I just don't think everyone's going to. F1, there's something incredibly exciting about it, and suddenly you're in the cars and you're in
Really
the races.
good-looking rich dudes helps the ladies watch.
This is also really weird. Like, for a guy like us watching it, like there's a lot of, they have all these interviews, Dan Rappaport, Amanda
Renner, Dan,
yeah, and they're
Dylan
like
Dethey.
filling in the holes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And every
That's a
episode,
birdie.
it's
Yeah.
like golf has a cut. After 36 holes, half the field gets
my
cut, and you
God.
don't get paid. They say it every single episode, and it's
boy.
driving me nuts
Come
already.
on.
But isn't
Yeah.
that the same? Like I didn't know anything about F1.
Yeah,
I watched
I
F1.
know.
Exactly, yeah.
It's
Sure
not
it
for
is.
us,
Right,
right? It's for other
exactly.
people.
Sure.
But I'm trying to imagine being a person who doesn't follow golf, and it's just so all over the place.
Well, is Brooksy watching
It's
it?
like, what tour is this and what tour is that, and what is the Masters the most important, or is the U.S. Open? And it's a little would be confusing. So the episode on Brooks Koepka is probably, to me, the most interesting thing so far.
Yeah.
Because he's very candid. Like Scotty Scheffler is in the same episode. It's sort of like Brooks is losing it, Scheffler's the new guy. Scheffler is as boring as you would imagine.
Yeah.
Koepka's like, I forgot how to play, and I'm no good anymore, and I don't think I'll ever get it back.
Yeah.
And what if I never get it back? And
Wow.
they show his trophy shelf in the house where he left all these spots. He's got 20 spots for big trophies because he thought he was going to win. He won 4 majors in
4
2 years,
majors, yeah.
basically.
Nope.
And now they're all sitting there empty, and
That's
his mom's
good.
kind of going. And then he ends up signing with Liv, but it was really fascinating to watch him. And he basically said, I felt like I could not lose, and now I feel like I can't do anything.
Well, what have we said many times about the sport of golf? It's in your head, man. Like it's so
yeah.
much so than any other, more so than any other sport, right?
Yeah.
So,
Well, the
you know,
JT episode was
again.
similar, too. Just how all the doubts he was having.
I would recommend for our listeners, if you want to watch one episode, if you don't watch the Kepka episode, which is kind of like the Joel Damon episode, which is the 4th episode, is awesome. Because Joel Damon, first of all, do you know him at all?
Yeah, he used to play the Canadian tour.
He's a great guy.
Wonderful guy.
His caddy Gino's a great guy. They're best buddies. They're hilarious. And Joel is the opposite of any athlete you'll ever meet because he's the opposite of cocky. He basically doesn't think he's any good. And he's like, I can't win him. They're like, Joel, do you ever think you can win a major? No, I can't win a major.
I'm the 70th best player on the PGA Tour, and that's about as good as I'm going to get.
Somebody's going to have to be the 70th best player on the tour. And it's like he had to qualify for the U.S. Open last year, so he has to go to those like regional qualifying.
Oh, boy.
And he shoots like 71 in the morning, and they're with him the whole time. And he's like, Gino, should we just leave? Like, should we just get the hell out of here? And they're like, let's stay. So they have like 3 White Claws for lunch. And he goes out and shoots and qualifies.
Wow.
And he's like, I don't know if this is legal or not, but and then he ended up competing in the U.S. Like he was on the leaderboard of the U.S. Open the last day, right? When Fitzpatrick
He's the guy who
won.
took his shirt off at the 16th hole.
He did with Harry Higgs, anyway,
Phoenix.
That to me is an awesome episode 4. I don't want to keep all the golf talk too long here.
Well,
but,
actually, I do have a question for Bob
yes.
before he leaves.
Yeah, of course.
If you have, you think you'd be able to take...
we weren't going to make him leave, but you sure said
Well, no, I do. You sounded like you were wrapping up.
Way
So
to make it awkward.
So I just wanted to make sure. I just wanted to ask, you think you could take Stoff out for golf? Stoff and I for golf sometime?
For sure. If
That'd
you
be
guys
nice
come to my
meet,
course at Weston, how about you two guys and we'll take O-Dog and we'll go. I'd
2
love to do
seconds
that.
in and there's plans
You can
already.
come too.
I tell you what, it's going to happen. It's going to happen this year. It hasn't happened in a couple
You're
years.
not
It's
coming
happening.
with us.
No. Golf, me, Puffy, Bob, and Bump. No, actually, Bump probably won't be available.
won't be
so we'll get one of you two.
We should at least do Golf Simulator.
Yeah.
That's good because you can drink White Claw.
Before Weeksy leaves, I just want his input on. We have a mystery.
Oh.
A TSN mystery. I shared it with Stoff. I usually don't share anything, but
This could be a mic drop moment if he's behind this.
if Bob Weeks is behind it,
I would love it.
So I have one of the. I don't have a lot of.
Friends?
True. Very true. Perks. I don't have a ton of perks here at TSN.
Oh, you have a few.
I have a few. I have a dressing room that has a bathroom.
Huge.
Which is probably the number one perk I have because
Yeah,
not many
for
of
sure.
them do. So I can like wash my hands or do my business.
Yes.
So I've been away for a while from the network.
Oh.
I went to the Masters, and then last week I was on assignment for a few days.
Hold on. You went to
Masters is last day.
April.
World Cup, Super Bowl.
Weeksy's presence is throwing me off. Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So I was at the Super Bowl. That's right. That's the football game thing.
I did the Masters, and that was pretty much it in 2022.
It's probably because the Waste Management Open took up more of your time.
It's also that story I always tell about Brooksy not knowing anything about sports, and one of my buddies calling during the Masters and saying, "Is James home?" And she said, "No, he's at the Super Bowl," because she has no clue about that stuff. So anyway, I was at the Super Bowl, and then I was on assignment doing this golf doc last week, which we're really looking forward to, which we're going to debut at the Masters. And so I've been out of my office for like 2 weeks.
Yes.
Okay? And it's a locked office.
Yep.
And I'm a very clean person. Like, I leave it fairly clean and stuff. Maybe there are jackets thrown there, but clean.
Yeah.
So I came into my office today for the podcast.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is that smell?
No.
There was a massive dump in my toilet.
And no one flushed it.
No one flushed it. And
that's-
so it was just this black almost pile of... I had to clean my own toilet immediately.
Jeez.
So, TSN mystery. Is this a, security guard gone awry? Who's found out there's a toilet and likes to have his own business and forgot maybe? Or is this a prank? Is this someone evil who's out to get me? Like, is this O-Dog playing a prank, finding my door open?
O-Dog would be on the short list.
But how would he get my door open?
He could
He can be crafty.
take in the security
Rennie
guy.
would also be on the short list.
I don't think Reddy would do that, though. I don't even think O-Dog would do that. It feels like maybe there's an
security guard.
evil element to me. Like, maybe I'm going to start finding all sorts of things like this.
Yeah.
Maybe there was like a celebrity they brought in to use your room, and
Yeah.
you don't even know who it is. It could,
That's
be,
the
it could be a
thing.
celebrity dump.
It could be Eric Stone
saved it.
Street.
Eric Stone Street.
He's like, where's that Duffy guy's room?
Or maybe who replaced me while I was away? Lindsay Hamilton.
Wow.
She did ask for your.
Wow.
She did ask for your.
Oh, you stop.
Lindsay's
There's no
wonderful.
way.
She would never do that.
No.
So
You know who I think it is?
Who?
The man sitting across from you.
I have
Mysteriously
no
absent
access.
for a number of weeks.
I have
Did you
no
have
access to
oysters
that.
recently?
I have had
You
oysters
do have
before.
more poop stories on the podcast
That
than
is
anybody
true.
else.
When was Mexican night?
That is true.
Maybe
But
the
no.
listeners can guess who it is,
I would never would. Do
and we'll try and get to the bottom of the mystery. Though I don't think anyone's going to own up.
now
to
hold
it.
on. Do we have security cameras?
Well, that's.
But do they keep it or they erase it like the 7-Elevens do every week?
They keep it for a while.
Do you think that I should actually go to
Yes.
security?
Yes, you
and
should
say
actually.
we need to look through 2 weeks of surveillance footage.
Okay,
Yeah.
now if you did that and you're watching it back and they show you that it's clearly you,
I was about to say.
what would happen?
Well, like I'm having self-doubt now that it could have been, but I'm very good with this stuff. Like I don't leave a mess ever. So
It could be my kids.
whoa,
They
whoa.
definitely leave.
I have a history with you
fleshing.
leaving a mess. Not that kind of a mess, but a messy kitchen.
okay,
yes.
but I've changed. You'll admit
Wow.
I've changed.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes, you have.
well, tell me this story. I got to hear this
well,
story.
they're at the U.S. Open in Pinehurst in 2000. What, Bob? 4 or 5?
Yeah,
Michael
4, I think.
Campbell won.
Yeah.
They did have to do a little intervention.
We rented a house, and James was very good at messing the plates up, but not really doing anything with them
Wow.
after. At least he piled them nicely. They were kind of a big
well,
pile.
That's all right.
I think I had a nanny at the time, so I didn't actually do any work at home.
And Bump wasn't your nanny?
It was
this
before.
time?
It was before kids,
Yeah.
but you just needed a practice.
Personal nanny.
And Brooksy wasn't even around. It was just me and the nanny.
Bedtime was awesome.
what a
So,
time.
I will say that. Like I admit, I was a very messy person.
Yes.
And they had to have an intervention. Dean Willers, of course, was on that trip, and he would be the opposite of that. He's the cameraman who irons his underwear. And Dean and Bob, and
He ironed his underwear. Is that
Yeah,
what you
yeah,
said?
yeah.
I've
He irons
actually
his
seen
underwear
him
before he
do it,
puts
so
it on.
it's not just stories.
They had a little
Wow.
intervention that said, "Jimmy, you got to do your part," and it was a wake-up call for
It was.
Jimmy, and I've always
Hey,
appreciated
listen,
that from
yeah,
Bob.
it's
Gotta
a
be called
team
out
effort.
sometimes.
Well,
Yeah.
what is the benefit of ironing one's underwear?
He just wants to.
Wouldn't
feel
they be more stiffer?
good.
I have no idea. I've never really. I know you
guess-
don't want to bother Dean really when he's doing
No,
that.
guess-
Dean was a nice guy, but
Unless you
he
want
was
to have-
insane. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
He had some hang-ups, Willers.
I'm starting to
Just
think
kidding,
this Dean guy in your toilet.
He would never
he
do
would
that.
never do that.
Retirement
Never do that.
gift.
I don't
He
think
might clean the
I
toilet
don't
with a
actually think he
toothbrush.
poops. He's too clean to poop.
Yeah.
He's developed some
What he
system.
wants you to think.
Weeksy, you're free to stay. You can leave, whatever you want to do. Okay, Weeksy's
Gotta
gonna
leave. Gotta leave.
Easy.
Thank you.
Big meeting.
Thank you for the
Thanks
guest
for coming
appearance.
by. That
When
was
does
fun.
when's the Gold Bar League go start again?
Oh boy!
defending-
Oh
defending
boy!
champion.
He
No.
drops that and leaves.
You know, we've been doing this little bump bit where
Yeah.
he's never on the show, but I'm not sure he's listening anymore because the Gold Bar League isn't started. And he was he sent me some angry texts about where is the Gold Bar League.
Really?
Wow!
And
really?
'cause, you know, he
Yeah.
did so well, and I think he took a lot
We
of
can't
pride in
afford to lose a single listener, so we're gonna have to bring it back. to get Bump back in here.
We're gonna have to start. Ratings down 18% as Bump stops listening. Thanks,
Thanks.
Weeksy. Bob Weeks, salt of the earth. The man's in like 9 different Hall of Fames.
Yeah. Him and Pooley are the 2 Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
guys.
they are legends.
True.
So the poop mystery. What else did I want to share? How were all your trips, Puffy? I haven't stood face to face with you for probably
Yeah,
a month.
they were good. I know. Tampa was good. Boys played hockey. did
Tampa?
Disney. Yeah, we did.
Wait, you've had 3 trips?
No. Tampa. Well, we did Tampa, then Orlando together,
Okay,
and then Curacao.
and before that, Mexico.
No, I've been to Mexico.
Oh, so you only had 2 trips?
Yeah, just 2.
Okay, and my Super Bowl was kind of in the middle of all.
Yeah,
that.
and then
That's why we-
it was like, yeah. And didn't you go to Turks?
I did.
I think you were like Turks. I was in Tampa.
Yes.
And you were Super Bowl. I was in Curacao. Or something.
I know.
Yeah.
It's like we broke up for a while.
It was. It's good to see you, though.
The makeup's going to be fantastic.
Scarborough's been amazing. Before
We've had a great
Lester and
time.
I.
We had a great time.
been nice.
It's actually been unseasonably warm.
Has it?
Although
It has
when,
been.
when we were in Curacao, it was like minus 40 here. There was
Well,
a-
when you're in
there was-
Curacao, you want it to be
Yeah,
minus
it was
40
a
here, right?
snap you guys.
Well, then we had a
couple
snap. We had a
days.
bad snap for like 2 or 3 days. It was
Yeah.
really bad. Yeah.
Was this your first Disney trip?
Yes.
And did you guys talk about this on the pod, when the Super Bowl pod?
Yeah.
Oh,
probably-
you still have not
No, I
listened.
still haven't listened.
Wow.
So
Yeah, it
you've-
was awesome.
Okay, so you don't.
Yeah, it
I
was
don't have to regurgitate
It was
any of
good,
those
yeah,
stories.
Yeah.
We have yesterday. It was Family Day. We're taping this on Tuesday. Happy Family Day. I know in other provinces it's something different.
Yeah.
But this was a unique Family Day for me. I sat last night on the chair looking out at the kitchen where people were preparing things for me, and
the nanny back. Did you bring her back in?
and it was Jared
Yeah.
and his girlfriend,
Nice.
Rachel. Long time together, 5 years.
5 years they've been
really?
together?
Darian,
Wow. Yeah.
her boyfriend Wes, they're past a year now. Wes is a brilliant chef.
Really?
I'm going to have to keep him around. He's starting his own pizza making business.
Really?
Shout out to
Okay.
Bronson Pizza. Once they start selling, I'm going to shout out more for no other reason.
Bronson?
Because
Is
I think his
he-
dog's name's Bronson. That's why he's called it that.
Is that a pizza place
He
where you
is
make your own
a
pie?
amazing chef.
Really? Is that what he goes to
Amazing.
school for or went to school for?
No, he took a degree. He's still sort of figuring out. He just graduated, but right now he's just he's cooking stuff, and he's fantastic with the
awesome.
pizza. And
Yeah.
Gracie and her boyfriend
What?
Luke.
Whoa.
Hold on a second.
Luke.
Hold on.
We're going to have to give this guy a Google.
You know what? Uncle Lester's going to have to go over and have a little chat.
Well,
Make sure everything's okay.
I shared this.
How old
with-
is she?
I shared this with Puffy. Gracie's 19 now. This is her first boyfriend that I know of that
Yeah.
she's let me know of.
Yeah.
And it's a hockey player.
Oh,
Oh my God.
look out.
I'm excited.
It's Luke Shen.
Luke.
He's 38 years old.
That marriage did not work out.
And I think Bob Weeks just told us his wife was expecting, so that probably wouldn't be a good story to start. No, it's Luke. He plays junior hockey.
Now, where does he play junior hockey?
He plays in Wellington.
Wellington Dukes,
He
baby.
plays for Puffy's team.
Okay.
My junior hockey team,
That's
right
right.
across the street from our place in Wellington.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I'm not going to lie. When Gracie texted me, I was at the Super Bowl, I think, to tell me she has a boyfriend, and she sent me like his elite prospects page or something.
Oh, boy.
And I'm like, this is my worst nightmare.
This is amazing.
This is my worst nightmare. And but he's a very nice guy.
Is he?
Very nice guy. Not like, whenever you hear hockey player, I don't know why, because I love hockey and I
Yeah.
love hockey players in
Yeah.
general. They're usually nice guys, but there's, you don't want that guy that sort of, I'm too cool, school for cool
Yeah,
hockey
yeah, for
player.
No,
sure.
I understand it.
Not like that at all.
Not like that in Wellington Dukes. We don't allow it in our neighborhood.
Super nice, super down to earth.
And he seems to be a goal scorer.
Good head on his shoulders, can score a
been
little
good.
bit,
We
plays
need-
for a good team.
We're gonna have a playoff run.
Are we talking, is this guy like NHL bound, perhaps?
No, I don't think he has illusions of that. He's going on a scholarship next year to. I don't want to give away the guy's name in case privacy or whatever. But
I think the Wellington
Hold
thing
on.
may have done it.
Yeah, well,
Oh, yeah,
maybe.
Okay, Luke is
Careful.
going to, I think, Long Island University next year.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, so which is a Division I school, like they've beaten Ohio State and such. So I don't know. Will it last? Can they do the long distance thing? That's a big challenge ahead. But I looked over there last night and said, look at all these adults
Yeah.
that
Yeah, that's-
Brooksy and I have created, and now we're creating relationships, and soon there'll be offspring.
Now, how did they?
Not too soon.
How soon?
How soon, exactly.
How did they intermix? Were they all getting along?
Oh, very well,
Yeah.
very well. Yeah,
Is Jared a protective brother, or does he just let them fly, the girls?
he lets them fly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's got his girlfriend there, too. If he didn't have a girlfriend, maybe he might be a little more
Yeah. I would say I've gotten really lucky so far. Now, who knows? I'm not saying all these relationships will last, but as a parent, your kind of worst nightmare is
Oh yeah.
just oh my God, is this who my son/daughter is dating? And they've all been awesome. So I've been, knock on wood, extremely lucky so far. 3 for 3, baby.
That's
great.
great.
That's great.
Yeah. If you break her heart, God damn it, I'll kill you.
And so, do I go directly to Gracie to get tickets left for me at the window for?
At will call.
I think we can take care of you. Take care of you for the Big Dukes playoff run. What else? What else we got to say? I got another Canada story.
Oh, Air Canada.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
This was my first trips in the last 6 months that my luggage was not lost.
Oh, congrats.
Big victory there. So this is kind of an a-hole or a-okay. And I need you guys to tell me what you think if I should pursue some sort of legal action here.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
I'm into this.
When Brooksy doesn't know this yet, so thank God she doesn't listen. But when we were in Austria
Yep.
in September, she bought me a really nice jacket. I don't know if
Okay.
it was like a late birthday or something. And I don't spend a ton of money on clothes, as you can see. But it was like a nice, kind of like a half winter, half fall jacket. One of those things that looks like a jacket, but then it's got a hoodie attached.
Nice.
Davis Sanchez kind of thing.
Yeah.
Wears them all the time. Really
Nice.
nice. Really
Nice.
nice. More expensive than I would ever pay for a jacket.
Brooksy likes to treat you.
Yes. So Jimmy Idiots, he flies to Super Bowl in Phoenix. He rolls his jacket up, puts it in the overhead bin, and now you're land in Phoenix. It's nice and sunny. Forgets the jacket.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm in the cab going back to the hotel. I'm like, oh, damn it, the jacket. So what am I going to do? Like, I right away go to Air Canada. I fill in the lost item form, but that's, it's a mess. I have a friend with Air Canada, I remember. So I text her. I'm like, is there anything you can do? No. So is there any way, like this flight is probably just taken off back for Toronto.
Yeah.
Is there any way to contact the plane or whatever?
Well, don't they go through the plane?
I would think so.
This is what I'm thinking. She says they should have found it.
Yeah.
It should be at Lost and Found in Phoenix. They should have taken it from the plane.
Yeah.
Here's the number of the manager for Air Canada in Phoenix. I call him. Guy's name's Tyler, really nice guy. He goes, let me look. It didn't come off the plane. I checked with him. It's not on. I said, can you do anything else for me? He goes, I'll contact the plane. I should be able to get in touch with the pilot. The plane's flying back to Toronto. So I get home later that night, voicemail, good news. Got the pilot. Jacket was in the overhead bin. He tagged it. I'd given him the name for like the claim I'd made with Air Canada number.
Yeah.
Your name, phone number, put it all on the jacket. Gave it to the cleaning staff to take to Lost and Found at Pearson.
Oh,
Awesome. Thank you very much. Yet all week long, I keep getting the notifications from Air Canada saying, your item has not been found yet. Your item has not been found yet. I'm thinking they got it. I get off the plane in Toronto, go over to Air Canada Lost and Found at Domestic, wait in line for a freaking hour with all these people behind lost luggage. Get there, the guy's like, I don't remember anything, but he's been kind enough to invite me into the back. It's not there at Lost and Found. Then I get another friend who helps me out, who contacts the actual pilot, who confirms, this is how it happened, and it should have been there. It's gone. So here's my question: do I have a claim with Air Canada here to get this jacket? Like my fault, I lost the jacket.
100%.
But
No.
They 100% found the
But once
jacket.
they confirmed it was in their possession,
Yeah.
you're owed that jacket.
Yeah, your jacket was stolen. It wasn't lost.
Somebody thief your coat.
So when you talk to Brooksy, you have a stolen jacket now,
Yes.
not a lost
Well,
one.
But I don't know how to claim for this, because the only thing you can claim for is lost luggage, which is not lost luggage. I guess it is lost luggage.
It's
If
stolen.
it had been in a bag, it'd have been lost luggage, right? So yes, no, that's your.
And it
that's
was
your
where
co-
you put luggage as well.
Yes, absolutely.
The most fascinating part of this tale to me is that while flying a plane with all these people in the back and someone's buzzing the pilot to go look for your jacket.
I think those
And
suckers.
he went and looked.
I don't know. I don't know the pilot business, but I think as soon as they get like up to their 30,000 feet, they click that thing in auto, and
Autopilot,
they just,
yeah, I think
they're
so
on their
too.
phones.
No,
and
I get that, but they
they're on
should probably
TikTok.
still like. I never thought that a lost code
You're
would
right.
be something
Like,
they're involved with.
I was basically saying, could you contact a flight attendant?
Yeah.
But it ends up she contacts the pilot.
Let me say this: if I'm in seat 17A, I don't want to see the pilot back there. You know what I mean? I don't want to see the pilot.
Well,
what are you doing back here?
There's no
guessing-
chance Jimmy was in 17A. Let's be realistic.
1A.
It wasn't a long walk, let's just say that. I think the pilot lands the plane, comes out of the cockpit, says to the flight attendant, is there a jacket up there? Here it is, takes it. So now they also told me that, they send a shipment to like Goodwill every like 10 days lost and found. So is it possible that even though I've done all the right things, that my jacket just
Well,
got...
that's the thing.
It's
Well,
the story that you talked about.
The story, yes, absolutely.
Do you think it's some charity? Someone is wearing my jacket thinking it's probably a nothing jacket,
I'm
not
going to check
knowing
Value Village and see
that it's a
your
nice
jacket's
jacket
there.
from Austria.
Unless some
sentimental value.
Austrian person got it, and then they're like, score.
Oh, this score! I know this thing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
They
what's
know the
niggas
value.
wearing a coat. Out the
awesome.
back.
Well, it's not. All we know, it's not your fault. You didn't do anything wrong.
Well, other than
But I
leaving.
did, because
you did-
initially
you did
I left
not.
the
It
jacket.
was stolen, James. That's what Brooks.
Oh, I see.
knows.
We're
yes,
changing
okay.
the story.
I did not do anything wrong.
You did not-
I haven't
you
even-
deserve a new jacket.
I haven't even told Brooksy, because I was on the phone with someone about it the other day, and I'm like, yeah, I left it there. And she's like, what are you talking about? What's going on? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I'm like, nothing, Brooksy. It's nothing. Because I can't. I don't have the heart to tell her.
No. When you do tell her, though, make sure you were beaten and the jacket was ripped from your
Yes.
Your hands.
I gotta make it like who was that guy in Chicago? That actor who
the actor.
told the story about how he got
Juicy
beaten up by
Smollett?
these. Yeah, yes. That's gonna end up being one of
The
those.
video
Things.
will be Lester, Stoff, and I beating you.
I'm just gonna get to
Running off.
He was wearing a MAGA hat.
Oh dear.
The best part was the Jussie Smollett. I think that was they caught him because they did all those things the day before as part of a practice run. And that's how they ended
Oh
up
my
catching him. Is
God.
the practice
Wow.
run was all on camera.
Those are the stories though. You're just like, why did you do this? You had a pretty good life.
Life, yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
I'll tell you why he did it. Because we live in an age where one clip on social media can boost you, and he didn't want to do the work.
And there was something about like he felt he wasn't getting enough recognition on the show.
I guess.
And he thought he could raise his profile.
But to
doing
do
it.
such an, when
listen,
there's still
the
people who
fight against
defend him, though.
racism,
It's nuts.
I know.
You know?
Oh, absolutely. And you know who had the best line about this? Chappelle. Chappelle goes, we were listening to this story. We were like, I think this is lying.
we better get on with the segment because we got a hockey game to do tonight. So why don't you take over the show, Stoff?
All right, well, let's get to things that I saw on Twitter.
Nice.
Freaky pigs, strange chicks, world affairs, polar bears, fake news, nice shoes, big boobs, jack dudes. All of these things and more as I sat on the shitter. Things that I saw on Twitter.
We'll start here with a classic, as this is a video I forwarded you guys. I'm sure you watched it.
I did.
Yes, yeah.
I did.
James, I'm sure this brought back many
Is that the disgusting
memories.
Jello hot dog
Oh, my
concoction?
God.
The memories from
it's
your
terrible.
childhood, James. Now, the person in this video, it's a young lady who makes a concoction out of hot dogs, pickles, pickle juice, and gelatin, calls this hot dog pickle jello. But we, of course, know that this is known as
Aspic.
Aspic.
ding, ding, ding.
So that literally is what Aspic
No,
looks
no,
like.
I wouldn't put she put hot dogs. in
Yeah.
it.
I know, but that is aspic.
Yeah. to
What
an
she
extent.
does is act
The
of
gelatin
putting
and stuff,
different
yes.
meats.
Did
and
she
stuff
call
in
it
gelatin.
aspic? I kind of
No,
watched.
no,
it.
she did not.
She did
She
not.
did
Right.
not. I think she just doesn't know that it's aspic though.
Right. Yeah. Well, because there's also
Aspic something else.
so
for
it
her.
doesn't. She doesn't put tomato sauce in it either, right? It doesn't end up looking
No,
red.
but
It's like
people do use pickle ones for that. I've seen ones that are green like that.
right.
disgusting
That's
it
what
is.
the Aspic is your mom used to make?
Yeah,
What do you
it's
mean?
different like meats and
No,
vegetables.
well, there was no
within.
meat in our aspic. It was. I told you it was cottage cheese,
You're not making it better.
tomato soup, green onions.
How are any of these things?
None of them are good. It's
Yeah.
horrible.
Well, some
And
of them
that's
things
my
could be
favorite
good, but
food
the
growing up.
gelatin's the worst part, though. I think.
Yeah,
It's
and
just-
Jello together in the thing. But
What's-
hers
bad.
hers was particularly disgusting.
Oh, the
Well, it was
hot
all
dog.
pickles and hot dogs.
There was a lot of hot dogs too.
Look, so the hot dogs were lined on the outside, and then
Yeah, that was
and then she had
disgusting.
little bits of hot dog. Oh, it was disgusting. Oh,
I don't think
I would
could
never
ever
eat that. I'm a picky
$1 million.
eater.
$1 million.
Oh, $1 million! I devoured the whole thing,
You're licking the bowl.
beginning to end, no problem.
Man,
Honestly, how much? What's our price on that? Just eating that entire thing in one sitting. Like, would you do it for $1,000?
no,
I need more than
No,
that.
I would need. I'm with
think
Puff.
I'd
I'd need $1 million. I'm telling you.
No, I'd probably do it for $50K.
I got-
for sure cash.
There's no way you would turn down $10,000 if I put that thing in front of you.
I don't know.
right
Like
now.
I
With
would
the suitcase of
struggle
money.
to eat it.
Yeah,
Like, it would,
I couldn't
I'd
do
be
it.
throwing up.
And
and
if you throw up, you don't get the money.
yeah, like then I
then
don't.
what's
know
the
if I
point of
could.
trying then?
No, I okay, but if you throw up, you don't get the money.
I think I
What's
could
your price?
I could power through the first half. I don't.
I'm
think I
doing
can make it
500K.
through.
No, are you kidding me? I'm doing that for 10K. I won't
Yeah,
throw up.
10K.
I would throw up for sure.
I could keep it down. Like, what's the rule? You have to make it till the end. And you
Like,
I would-
throw
just
I
up.
would-
all the-
How does
I could eat the hot dogs alone.
Sorry, how does 500K make a difference in whether you're going to throw up
Mental
or not?
toughness.
Good point.
I'm gonna.
I would.
grind it
I would
out.
go. I would immediately go on
swallow.
FanDuel and bet for Puffy to throw up.
We'd just
Why don't
ring
we,
it.
if we really want to make this pod interesting, we should make that concoction and do it.
Get the spot?
But there will be no money
chance.
involved, just pride.
I'm sorry.
No, there's
Well,
no.
I'm out. I can't. I can't do it,
pride.
man.
Wow.
Yeah,
I
like
can't.
on those reality shows like Survivor
Yeah.
and stuff. Whenever they had the eating thing, I'm
Oh,
like, I'd
that
be
was
out.
tough.
Yeah,
I'd
I
be
can't.
out that week.
I think this would be the easiest one of all.
I
this is
physically
better
could
than
not
eating
get it
live
down.
insect.
Yeah.
Maybe.
What else you
know.
got? What else you got, Stuff?
We got Paxton Lynch, who this weekend became the first quarterback ever to be benched in the NFL, the CFL, the XFL, and the USFL.
Wow.
So now here's a
Do
question.
they
We're-
mean benched as in pulled from a game?
Yes,
Yeah.
just pulled.
What about Arena League?
Well, I guess that's still on the to-do list.
Come on,
his
let's
list.
go, Paxton.
Now, obviously, not an ideal career for a professional athlete, but
No.
we're all here guys have never been professional athletes.
Yeah.
Would you trade for his career?
Ooh.
To have that experience, you're going to get benched. Maybe it's somewhat embarrassing, but at the same time, I don't think you're.
Are we trading our life?
I mean,
Can I keep Brooksy and the kids, but
yeah,
instead of being a
Brooksy and the
sportscaster?
kids, yes, of course.
I don't think I'm doing it.
I am.
Like, no one even remembers that you're in the USFL.
First round
XFL.
pick.
What do you mean?
How
We're
much
talking about him right
How much
now.
has he made?
That guaranteed contract's at least
First round pick.
couple mil.
He was a first round NFL pick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Denver drafted on the first round.
How many years ago would that be? 10?
Man.
Maybe a little less.
Maybe a
than
little
that.
less.
Would that be like
7,
10
8?
mil guaranteed?
Probably.
Something like that?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, it's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. And then all of this life experience you have, you go to different places. Yeah. You're a pro football player. I don't think other players look down at you. Maybe
Worst
some
case
fans
scenario,
might.
now you just like run like a quarterback camp and
Yeah. Nobody's going to take a dump in your dressing room.
They wouldn't dare.
Okay, I'll be Paxton Lynch.
Yeah, I listen. That's a respectable career. It's tough that he got benched in those
where did
4
he play in
different
the
leagues,
CFL? I don't remember him in the
No
CFL.
recollection.
but wow.
Just going off the tweet, boys.
Calgary. I don't know.
Paxton Lynch is going to sue the podcast.
I never played in the CFL.
Well, perhaps it's best we move on to Marshawn Lynch.
Oh, look at that.
Did you do that
nice
on
segue.
purpose? Like, you
Yes,
segue that?
I-
Wow, you take a lot of work into this.
I've been waiting for these two stories to line up for months now. Marshawn Lynch, it's been revealed that over his career, he has paid $1.2 million in fines, and that's just for not talking to the media.
Which makes no sense because now he does commercials. He's like seems to be everywhere. He'll do.
So that's under his control, I guess.
Would
right?
he have gotten those? Did the Marshawn Lynch not speaking to the media help create the persona that is now a
Yeah,
lovable
to a degree, for sure.
advertiser?
For sure.
Yeah, he might have made more money post career.
Was he smart enough to think about that? I
Nah.
don't think so. I remember being at some of those Super Bowls in his scrums and thinking that it was just ludicrous. Like what? Because all you have to, it's not hard. Well, he did say sometimes, "I'm just here. so
I'm
I
just
don't
here
get
because I don't want to get
I'm
fined.
just here not to get fined.
But you could answer the questions really dumbly and be able to avoid the fine. Yes, I'm really happy to be at the Super Bowl. Super excited to be at the Super Bowl, whatever, and just he could mail it off and avoid the fine. So I'm shocked that it was that much.
That's a lot.
Well, it just over time, I guess. We're talking also regular season
Yeah.
games. He wouldn't do posts and stuff like that when you're required.
But
to, so I guess.
what is interesting is that I think some people might thought he was like the biggest jerk in the NFL for that, and he clearly is not. He was a really well-liked guy.
I think a lot of people saw the appeal in it too. That he was kind of willing to stand up and do his own thing, and he didn't want to just do this because he plays football. That he has to do these things.
But I do think that it's good that he got fined. Like you can do your own thing,
Of course,
but there's a
yeah,
penalty
look,
to
of
pay.
course,
Like, the league
100%,
needs
yeah.
guys to talk.
For
You
sure.
can't-
Yes,
like,
of
otherwise
course,
no
yeah.
one talks.
To me, listen, I didn't get it myself, but if that's what he wants to do, he's there and he's going to get fined, and he's accepted the consequences of his
Yeah.
decision.
That's
Worked
great.
out for him.
By the way, Saskatchewan was where Paxton James Lynch played. Saskatchewan,
nice.
according to Wikipedia.
also added a little middle name,
Yeah.
added information from
That's
Lester.
very nicely done.
I have to find out Marshawn's middle name now.
Yes. Skittles.
We'll wrap up Twitter on this. The movie Old School turns 20 today.
One of my favorites ever.
Oh my God.
Classic,
Great movie.
Classic movie.
We're going streaking
That's my favorite scene.
movie.
That's my favorite scene right
through
there.
the quad to the auditorium.
I'm going streaking, and it's his wife.
Classic.
Loop.
His wife was Ari's wife, right?
Yes,
And
yes, correct.
Entourage,
And I can't remember the name of the actress.
Yeah.
But,
That
yes.
entire scene at the party when Will Ferrell does the whole like the
beer
Home
bong?
Depot,
Touch
the
it.
beer bath,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Bed Bath and Beyond.
Come hit this right here. You need to hit this. Oh, yeah.
No, I appreciate it, but I told my wife I wouldn't drink tonight. Besides, I got a big day tomorrow. But you guys have a great time.
A big day. You doing what?
Well, actually, pretty nice little Saturday. We're gonna go to Home Depot. Yeah, buy some wallpaper, maybe get some flooring, stuff like that. Maybe Bed Bath and Beyond. I don't know. I don't know if we'll have enough time.
It's amazing.
The casting in that movie was
Alicia Cuthbert as the
the daughter.
The casting, the characters, it was all so,
so
well
well
executed.
done.
there's a I hope Dion Phaneuf's not listening. He's a longtime listener, but there's a shot of Alicia Cuthbert in that movie that is outstanding.
The
Jeremy
cinematography.
Piven's in it. Yeah, he plays.
Yeah, he plays the dean, doesn't he?
Yes, he is.
Blue.
Cheese.
Blue. Like Blue. So good.
Oh, come on. My boy Blue. You're my boy Blue.
That's one of those ones I can watch that every time.
Yeah, every single time it's
Didn't
on.
we put you in a dumpster? Yeah, I got out.
Oh, the dart.
glad you did.
The dart and the tranquilizer in the throat.
Oh, yeah.
Craig Kilborn.
He's great in that too.
Craig Kilborn, who was not really an actor, he was a Sports Center host on
Yeah.
ESPN. He was so good as a dick.
Oh, he played it
Like,
awesome.
amazing. Were you going to ask us something off of that?
Just your favorite comedy of all time.
That's like in the top 10.
Oh, it's got to be. Yeah,
It's
top
fun.
10 for sure.
You know what I watched on one of my plane rides? I think it was, I don't know if it was a Super Bowl or Home from Turks. I watched Superbad again, probably for the ninth
That's a
time.
great movie.
And I literally remember Puffy running into the studio when the trailer was released for Superbad, whatever that year. How was Superbad 20 years old?
No.
Well, it's going to be a little less than because I
Yeah,
think it was
about 10 or
after.
something.
No, more than that. It's probably 15.
Probably 2005, 2006, Puff.
So they've been around. Seth Rogen's been around that long.
Yeah. But you were so excited about this trailer.
Yeah.
You showed it to me, and you're like, this is going to be the greatest movie ever. And it really kind of was.
It was great. Yeah.
It was amazing. Like the cops, Seth Rogen and
But you put any kind of comedy, like coming of age in high school.
I know, but it was
It's
particularly
always
good.
Every, I guess, kind of generation has their own one or two or three of these movies.
But I feel like these
this
don't
one's
exist
just-
anymore. Like,
I think we're just less aware of them. There's probably more that like I've seen
Maybe.
many bad attempts at this.
yeah, but
Since then.
when's the last? Like, Superbad might be the last great one of these types of movies.
There was one that was made, which was kind of a middle school version
Oh,
of
yeah.
Superbad.
Was that any good?
It was good. It wasn't super bad good,
Yeah.
but it was good.
Yeah, I
And
wanted to
can't
watch
remember.
that one,
It was
actually.
funny.
Yeah.
Like three buddies in there in like grade 7,
Yeah.
and they end up with dope or
Actually,
something.
should find that one for my kids. I think they'd probably think that's
yeah,
funny.
it's really good. But man,
Well,
super
I mean,
bad.
these
Bill
are-
Hader in that movie
Oh,
is
so good.
amazing.
So
What
good.
about like movies like Horrible Bosses? Is that kind of the vibe?
kinda
But
the
that's
same
not
thing.
similar, but not the. I don't. To me, Horrible Bosses wasn't of that level.
No, but you're talking about like the high school kind of
Yeah.
great
Guys have been together.
No,
But
I just mean
buddy
it wasn't the
movies.
same. Like I wouldn't compare it.
No,
it
it's
wasn't
not
as
in
funny.
that,
It wasn't
no.
as good. Like,
But there is nothing like the good,
American Pie. when
Fast
that
Times
first
at
one
Ridgemont
came out.
High
Yes.
when we were younger.
American Pie is, of course, another
Amazing.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever see a movie called The Goods, starring Jeremy Piven?
No.
No.
They're a used car salesman, and they
I
travel.
remember that movie.
Yeah.
You should see that movie.
Funny?
It's a funny movie.
Yeah.
It's very, very quietly very funny, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Superbad, 2007.
Maybe
by the
we
way.
should write 2007. So 15 years, Puff.
Wow.
We should write a coming of age comedy
We should.
starring like it could
It's
be
about time.
We're mature enough.
like Seth Rogen. You can tell that comes from Seth Rogen, and I can't remember his writing partner's name. Evan Goldberg.
Yeah.
Goldberg.
Goldberg's
Goldberg.
right, yeah.
Goldberg. I think. That's clearly part of their.
They wrote it when they were in high school, I think.
Right. So we could take from our high school experiences.
Yeah.
And
Or
or maybe
maybe
we'll
very
do,
topical for the kids.
or do we
today.
do a coming of age story of a 50-something sportscaster?
Yes.
And there's one scene, somebody poops in his room. There's comedy right there. Oh my God, somebody pooped in my room. There's a little laugh.
That's huge.
Before we continue, Perry Reeves is the actress that played Melissa
she's
Gold
great.
and Frank the Tank's wife. So good. So good.
We
as
should
his wife.
move on to the listener mail unless you got something else. Because
No, listener mail.
All right, let's do it.
Listen to the mail. Listen to the mail. Thank you for listening.
So our first piece of listener mail comes from one of our best listeners, and that would be Lester.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
As Lester
Lester
has-
wrote. Did he actually write into the show?
He wrote into the show. He sent in a
Don't read
video.
it. Don't read it. We don't have time.
Well, I'll explain at least what's in the video. The video is of a pickleball match, since you last week had revealed that this is your new pursuit. James, did you watch the video?
I did. The guy went through the glass.
Yes.
See.
So be careful. Watch out for the glass.
Yeah.
I know. We haven't because Monday was Family Day. Because Monday is our pickleball day at the Aurora Senior Center. And so
You're going to a senior center now?
thanks for listening to last week's pod.
I've had a busy week.
If you go on Twitter and you check out the Rubber Boots account, we actually have some footage from Jimmy training for this. So.
But you're,
what?
like you're a senior citizen now.
I just realized I have a shoot on Monday, and so Brooksy's going to be like, she went by herself the first time, and then it was Family Day. Now
What
she's
if-
going to be all excited, and I'm not going to be able to go again. She's
What
gonna
if she
hate
finds
me.
a new partner?
Oh.
It could happen. Some
Craig
84-year-old
Button.
guy, 84-year-old widower. Craig Button. What else you got?
More on the front of the pickleball, Brian Hayden writes that as a badminton player, 88 and 89 elementary school champion, Pickleball has taken over
He
our
repeated.
court.
He repeated
Yeah,
his champ.
he defended his championship
for him.
in '89. That was a big one in '89 because he had a challenger over
Yeah,
from
of
North
course.
Korea.
Not easy to repeat to stay motivated.
No.
North Korea.
Yeah, North Korea, not South. Pickleball has taken over our court. Screw those guys.
Oh,
Wow.
doesn't like pickleball.
Pickleball's big at the county.
Maybe we should write a movie about pickleballers fighting against badmintoners.
Oh.
Just running them off.
Like
their
kind of like a
courts.
dodgeball type of thing.
Yeah, it'd be good.
Wow.
Probably not very good.
And Brian Hayden is also the one who listens to us in the shower, so that comment likely coming from the shower.
Wow. That's interesting.
A couple of listeners sent in this video of who they believe to be Penny from the Fort Lauderdale airport.
You're going to play that
We're
audio?
going to play that here.
So what don't you want?
Pardon?
What don't you want?
I think I just,
You know, I've been working here for 44 years. Ain't nobody ever ordered nothing but T-bone steak and a baked potato. Except this one told from New York tried to order trout back in 1987. We don't sell no goddamn trout. T-bone steaks. So either you don't want the corn on the cob, or you don't want the green beans. So what don't you want?
I don't want green beans.
Steaks cooked medium rare.
Can I get my steak cooked
That
just a...
wasn't no question.
So
Yeah.
that's actually from the movie Hell or High Water. But
Penny, though, was a little more flirtatious than this woman, but there was a lot of similar.
She was very
similarities.
direct.
Yes, she was very direct.
Do you think that
a little more flirtatious.
Penny's ever picked up at work?
Yes, but like in the 40s.
Yeah. Listen here. I want to be on you.
where did that go?
Yeah, that's what Penny is. That's
Took it on
Penny.
a turn. I want to be on you.
I want to be on you.
That's Penny.
Yeah.
Classic Penny.
Euratapiainen writes in, apparently they're now doing printed versions of Stoff's Wikipedia movies. I think they're called books or something like that. And in it pictured is a soft cover of Moneyball.
Nice.
Oh, Yura.
So doing that. So yeah, Eura, next week we'll be doing Snakes on a Plane, I believe.
Nice.
Okay.
I read about
Snakes?
a new movie.
This is going well so far.
Yes, go on.
M. Night Shyamalan.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's it?
Twist. There's probably a twist at the end.
Knock at the cabin or whatever.
Yes.
Oh,
a twist.
yes.
There's no twist this time.
So
no twist.
That's his
Correct.
new twist.
Imagine that. There's just a knock and the guy comes in. Hey, how's it going, Mike?
saw-
And he just comes in and that's it.
I do know what you're talking
I
about.
saw a
though.
trailer.
It's
Yeah.
basically
And I
there's
was like, this trailer scared me.
It looks up,
like I'm not gonna be able to watch this movie. So then I read
So-
about it on
the,
Wikipedia.
the premise is, I guess, it's the end of the world. But
There's some,
but they believe the world is ending. There's like planes crashing or something.
Four
And-
people say it's the end of the world, and they kidnap a family.
Yes,
the
and-
family have to make a sacrifice for the world not to end.
And the family doesn't know if the world's actually ending.
Yeah,
or
they
it's
don't
just
know if
BS.
these people are just making it up.
M. Night's interesting. You know, he came out of the gates flying with The Sixth Sense.
Yeah.
The follow-up was
Did he do Signs too or no?
Signs, which
Yeah.
was decent, except the payoff was kind of swing away.
You could see that. Yeah.
And it wasn't really that big
All the
a
way.
twist. Oh my God, swing away. And then he did the one, it was a kind of a cool one about like this, it was like, it felt like it was in like the 1800s. It was a little community. Like they looked like
Oh, the village or whatever.
the
or
village, I think. I think
Was it the village?
I think
I
it was
think it's
called the village.
yeah.
Basically, there was a monster that kept them all in the village,
Yeah,
so that
and
they
then,
wouldn't go
and
to
then
the
the big
outside world.
reveal
Yeah.
at the end was
That was actually pretty.
It was.
I think the problem with his films are like he has really great ideas, and the execution is not always bad. I think people go into with the mentality it's going to be your classical scary film,
Right.
And it's not. It's
Right.
it has scary moments, but it's just different because it's something you wouldn't expect in a scary
That
movie.
knock at the cabin door or whatever
Yeah.
scared me.
Yeah, he's creative.
He's creative, but
I'll give
some
you
some of them are misses though
yeah,
too.
he's had some misses for sure. It's hard to follow the Sixth Sense.
But he keeps getting opportunities.
Well, we're gonna have our watch party for this, obviously, since this is
Oh, big time.
I came across a TikTok thing, which was people watching The Sixth Sense for the first time and like their parents filming them.
Yeah.
And it's like, what? They're filming the last scene. It's like, what? He was dead the whole time.
When Bruce Willis was dead at the end of Sixth Sense, I jizzed in my pants.
Anyway, it was very funny.
I've never seen it.
Spoiler
Thanks.
alert.
Spoiler,
Yeah.
like 30 years ago.
people are devastated. Speaking of the past, Sean Morrison, who usually goes through our old episodes,
Nice.
commented on a new one, and these are suggestions for movies that that I read on Twitter. Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. I've never heard of
I've
that.
heard of that.
Amazing. Never heard of
It's a
that.
guy.
Yeah,
It's a
that
Guy
was
Ritchie film, if I'm
Guy
not
Ritchie.
mistaken.
Excellent film.
Very good film.
Okay, and then he names a couple other movies: Boondock Saints, Snatch, Matrix.
Snatch is great, too.
So
Yeah, that's
I've-
also Guy
Those
Ritchie,
three
too.
I've seen, so those are out because I've seen them.
Oh, okay.
So I guess we'll also add Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels to the pile.
Have you
gotta
seen
watch
Rock and Roller?
No.
Is that
That's
Guy
also
Ritchie,
another.
too?
That's a Guy Ritchie. I think that's his last movie. No,
Maybe, yeah.
that's a good movie.
Is it?
Did
Yeah.
you guys watch? We're not doing what you're watching this week because we're out of time. But
Oh, that's too bad.
have you watched the freaking?
The White Lotus?
Yes, it was like 2 months ago. I gave you that
Come on,
homework
buddy.
assignment. It's like
I went
it's
on-
15 hours of television.
I moved on to Emily in Paris, but we just finished Emily in Paris. Now it looks like I'm going to get in this Netflix thing. So then after that, the White
This
Lotus.
Netflix thing. What do you mean?
The golf.
Oh yeah, you got to do The Last of Us on HBO.
Did you see White
The
Lotus?
Last
stuff?
of Us,
Yes.
is it good? I started
so
watching
good.
the first episode.
Yeah, I know. A
And
lot
I
of people have
lasted
gone
about 20
"Eh."
minutes. And I was kind of
Nah,
like, yeah.
you got to stick with it. You
Yeah.
got to get through it.
The first episode's slow to set it up.
It is. You
but
got to
yeah.
get through Epi 1,
Yeah.
and then by
It's a video game,
By
though,
Epi
right?
5, you're like rolling.
Really?
Yeah.
I'd say even earlier. It's
I'll have to check it out. I haven't checked out. I haven't seen that yet.
Well,
But
since
I-
we apparently will never do our White Lotus
Well,
thing,
we
because
have to
the
do White
point,
Lotus.
but the point of it doing it is doing it while it's timely, while people are talking about it, not 3 months afterwards.
I was obsessed with that show. I loved it.
You guys
that
had
second episode, that second season.
Why don't
in
we?
particular.
Well, next time we'll do a discussion when you're not here.
Yeah.
The next trip you do, which is probably in 2
Next
weeks.
2 weeks.
All right.
Why don't you talk about it while he's here, so he'll know how it feels to be me?
Yeah, I have no idea. You guys, if you want to do a White Lotus episode, I will
White
talk-
Lettuce?
A White Lotus. I will talk about it, and I'll give you my thoughts on the first 4 episodes.
But we
not
want to
strong.
do a contrast of season 1 to season 2. It's a whole
Season
thing.
2 good?
Season 2's
can I
better.
just skip ahead to season 2?
You don't understand what me and James have planned for this.
No, you have to finish the damn show. Just suck it up, Pilgrim. On one day when your kids are at school, just go and do it.
How long are the episodes? I can't remember.
An hour.
now.
They're
Basically
50,
an
like
hour.
50 minutes. It's not
I
that
hate
hard.
all the characters.
That's the point, though. You realize that near the end.
Do you
supposed to
hate
hate
the
them.
hotel manager? He's the best.
No,
Hotel
he's
managers.
annoying as hell.
Oh, the
good.
whole listen. Give it some time, brother. Yeah, you know what? Puffy. I bet you by the time you finish that episode, you're best friends with that guy.
Really?
Seriously.
Just give
I'm
it,
telling you.
just give it a little more. Suck,
Give it a
suck
little more.
Up, okay,
The
Come
best is
do
the
it for the
Super
pod.
Bowl interviews, though. Your White Lotus. You just pump it. You're like every guy. It's like, White Lotus. You watch the White Lotus? And they're like, no. Like, you think these guys are watching the White Lotus?
I know. It wasn't my finest work.
But then
I was
Shefty brought it up
scrambling to do
And
himself.
it.
Schefter saved the whole thing.
Shefty.
Schefter was the best thing ever.
And Shefty's like, watch Your Honor. And I got to say, I'd watched already season 1 of Your Honor, which was pretty decent. Season 2 of Your Honor right now, I'm like 4 episodes in, and it's not doing anything
It's
for
not.
I'm trying to get my boys to watch it. How old are your boys? If you had said like 48,
me. 48, 52, 47.
that would have been amazing. Oh, it was so good. How old are your boys?
I'm gonna make one point. Elvis. I saw Elvis this weekend.
Is it
Well, as a
good?
musician, did you like it?
I liked it. I thought it was really good.
My wife loved it. I thought it was just okay.
You know?
Yeah, he's good. The kid who plays
He's
Elvis,
good in
so-
it. The music, it was a good movie.
Yeah.
It was very
Soundtrack, too.
stylistic.
Oh yes.
Like, there's some weird ass scenes.
Yeah.
I found it very sad. Like I
Very
didn't
sad.
realize that. And that one scene where he's almost getting out of Vegas and going on tour.
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
The Colonel
yeah.
cons him into
Oh,
staying.
man.
He basically never left Vegas for the last like 30, 40 years of his life.
Yeah.
I didn't realize the Colonel was so bad.
Neither did I.
I didn't know. Like
Neither
I
did
thought
I.
it was his buddy. Like,
Well, so did
Yeah, it was
Elvis.
off.
Right?
yeah, Colonel.
All right.
No.
Is that it? Is that it,
He loved
stuff?
this KFC. Well, we had one more. I was going to tie it in with the whole thing.
Bring
with
it together.
Bring it
the
together.
Looper.
Loop it.
The
Looper.
Looper.
We were talking
Should
about
Lester read it?
Cutting my grass.
we were talking about your Super Bowl interviews, and Mark Peters writes in, I like how Jimmy referred to the other guys as his staff.
Yeah, the staff.
While
I
doing
enjoyed
what
that.
you watching interviews.
That was
My
intentional.
my
Now, do you prefer staff or Pilgrim? Because you just called you 5 minutes ago.
I like Pilgrim because
I
it
like
makes me
Pilgrim,
feel
too.
like Tombstone.
I like staff. It's not so slavish. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, Jimmy.
Oh boy.
I've come to
Happy Black History Month, by the way, everybody.
What about my bitches? Can I use that? I started doing that at home. I'm sorry if anybody's offended by this, but you have to understand we're very close families.
Yes.
So I'll walk in and my daughter and my wife will be the good show. I'm like, wait, my bitches. They're all here. They
How
laugh.
many of them are at home right now? Is everyone?
Well, everyone's home right now. It's a madhouse.
Why?
Because Gracie's on reading week.
Oh.
Darian's home anyway. She's on a work term.
Yeah.
Jared's working at home. It's a madhouse. And now we got all these boyfriends and girlfriends. We still got the disabled dog. It's a sitcom. I'm telling you right there. It's a coming-of-age sitcom.
It is.
Full House.
That's right.
Again.
Thanks for listening, everybody, to the Rubber Boots Pod. Great to have everybody back together.
Yeah, it's great.
I'm sorry Bump couldn't make it. We didn't have time for Bump on the
We're
show.
going to invite
Hopefully
him next week.
But he has to listen this week.
Bump's got a
definitely
lot,
has to
Bump's got a lot
Or
going
this-
on,
this
though.
thing's
He's
not
got
really.
a lot, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's got a lot going on.
Lady?
Yep, lady friend, yeah.
Maybe we'll have him on, but we likely won't have time.
Yeah.
Here on the Rubber Boots Podcast. And if anybody out there knows who took the dump in my room, please let us know. Bye.
Hey, how are you? I got a question that I really want to ask you. Wait, don't hang up. I need to know, so I'm gonna try and push my luck. Are you wearing your rubber boots tonight? Are they purple, yellow, green, blue, black, or white? Are you wearing your rubber boots tonight? And do you like the dunk tank at the fair? I know it's a little strange, my obsession with your choice of footwear in the rain. I know that you're on TV, but I need you to put your boots up on the desk for me. Are you wearing your rubber boots tonight? Are they purple, yellow, green, blue, black, or white? Are you wearing your rubber boots tonight? And do you like the dunk tank at the fair? This is the part they call the bridge. A bridge has water under it. With rubber boots you can wade in the water. Just don't fall in. Are you wearing your rubber boots tonight? Are they purple, yellow, green, blue, black, or white? Are you wearing your rubber boots tonight? And do you like a dunk tank at the fair?
Do you like the dunk tank?
At the fair.
The dunk tank, the dunk tank.
At the fair. Are you wearing your rubber boots tonight? No, seriously. Are you wearing your rubber boots? Don't hang up. Please. Somebody. Hey? Hey? Anyone?